Hi guys, welcome to another audio video in our reading Ezra 5 of the King James Version Bible, and it reads, Then the prophets Haggai the prophet and Zechariah the son of Iddo prophesied unto the Jews that were in Judah and Jerusalem in the name of the God of Israel, even unto them. Then rose up Zerubbabel the son of Shealtiel, and Jeshua the son of Jozadak, and began to build the house of God which is at Jerusalem, and with them were the prophets of God helping them. At the time came to them Tatnai, governor on this side the river, and Shethar-boznai, and their companions, and said thus unto them, Who hath commanded you to build this house and to make up this wall? Then said we unto them after this manner, What are the names of the men that make this building? But the eye of their God was upon the elders of the Jews, that they could not cause them to cease till the matter came to Darius. And then they returned answer by letter concerning this matter. The copy of the letter that Tatnai, governor on this side the river, and Shethar-boznai and his companions, the Apharshachites, which were on this side the river, sent unto Darius the king. They sent a letter unto him, wherein was written thus, Unto Darius the king, all peace. Be it known unto the king that we went into the province of Judea to the house of the great God, which is builded with great stones, and timber is laid in the walls, and this work goeth fast on and prospereth in their hands. Then asked we those elders, and said unto them thus, Who commanded you to build this house and to make up these walls? We asked their names also, to certify thee, that we might write the names of the men that were the chief of them. And thus they returned us answer, saying, We are the servants of the God of heaven and earth, and build the house that was builded these many years ago, which a great king of Israel builded and set up. But after that our fathers had provoked the God of heaven unto wrath, he gave them into the hand of Nebuchadnezzar, the king of Babylon, the Chaldean, who destroyed this house and carried the people away into Babylon. But in the first year of Cyrus, the king of Babylon, the same King Cyrus made a decree to build this house of God. And the vessels also of gold and silver of the house of God, which Nebuchadnezzar took out of the temple that was in Jerusalem, and brought them into the temple of Babylon, those did Cyrus the king take out of the temple of Babylon, and they were delivered unto one whose name was Sheshbazzar, whom he had made governor, and said unto him, Take these vessels, go, carry them into the temple that is in Jerusalem, and let the house of God be builded in his place. Then came the same Sheshbazzar, and laid the foundation of the house of God, which is in Jerusalem, and since that time even until now hath it been in building, and yet it is not finished. Now therefore, if it seem good to the king, let there be search made in the king's treasure house, which is there at Babylon, whether it be so, that a decree was made by Cyrus the king to build the house of God at Jerusalem, and let the king send his pleasure to us concerning this matter. Alright guys, so here we see where even though they were told to stop building the house of God, the children of Israel did not stop building the house of God. They continued. And what happened was that the other people that came, they did not like this. A governor, to be precise, did not like this, and he wanted to end this work. And so he came and asked them, who told you to do this? Because they already were fighting against them and didn't want the house of the Lord to be built. So they had sent to the king, and the king had sent that the work should cease. However, the work has continued because it was ordained by God. Simply put. Okay? And what happened now is that after all of that now, they are relaying what has actually happened. Because if you recall in chapter 4, right, the other members of the land, the other parties of the land, the kings of the land, they were saying that the certain things that occurred and that Israel was a mighty place and they're building up and fortifying themselves once more so that they can rise up against them, and so they will not pay any tribute to the king if he allows this to continue. Right? Now it is that they told their side of the story, and now it is that the children of Israel now told their side of the story also, that it was indeed their treasures that were taken from them that were restored to them by King Cyrus when he reigned, and the decree was made by King Cyrus, and so it needs to be honored. Okay? And so that is what is being done here. They're basically letting them know that, okay, this is a decree. It was not completed in the time of King Cyrus, but seeing that it was a decree, it needs to be completed. So we're completing the work. We were charged to do the work by the king, and we're doing it. We're completing it. And that's the reason why God had actually told King Cyrus, in that time to actually send back the children of Israel, to send back those chosen back there to continue to rebuild really the house of the Lord. And so there it is. Everything is not always as it seems on the surface. Things have deeper meanings at times. We might not be able to see it in the time that it's happening, but in the future we might see, or in the future our children will know exactly why certain events are taking place and the reason why it was necessary for those events to take place. So what I want to say to you in its completion is, to summarize, is that trust in whatever God is doing. Trust in God's process, because he knows all and he sees all. He sees 1,000,000 years ahead of us, if he so bids it, that 1,000,000 years are ahead of us in time. He knows everything. So just trust him and trust that he knows what he's doing. Okay? Alright guys, I'm going to leave you right there. Please remember to continue to walk in your salvation. And if you've not yet gained it, then seek it. There's no better time to begin than the present. Have yourselves a blessed day. Bye.